Welcome to Shenandoah and Mustang JV football. Tonight, where the Mustangs are hosting the Clarinda Cardinals. Clarinda with the opening kickoff return down the far sideline, and he might take it to the house to open the game. 16 seconds into the ballgame, Clarinda takes the opening kickoff back about 75 yards. Noah Harris returns the kickoff for a Cardinal score. Again, welcome to Shenandoah and Mustang JV football here on a Monday night. our broadcast partner here, TJ Young. He'll be joining us in just a few minutes. I'm Aaron Berdorf, and this is JV football on a Monday night from Mustang Field. I want to welcome anybody that's watching here tonight. One last home game for the Mustangs. As you know, the varsity season came to an end a couple weeks ago due to injuries for the Mustangs, and so we get one more JV contest here at Mustang Field, and so we decided to broadcast that for everyone to watch. Clarinda will go for 2, and Quentin Martin will carry that in for the score. And 16 seconds into the contest, Clarinda leads 8-0. I'm going to step away for a quick second and try to help with the sound system here at the football field. We'll be right back for the Mustangs' first chance at the football here right after this quick timeout. All right, and we're back. Clarinda about ready to kick off. Already up 8-0, 16 seconds into the ballgame. They return the opening kick for a touchdown. Back to receive Foster and Dickerson for the Mustangs. Dickerson picks up the ball about the 20-yard line. He'll return it right up the middle and set up Mustang offense at the 31-yard line. And you'll see mostly the juniors down through the freshmen here tonight. For the Mustangs, again, JV football here from Mustang Field. And so the Mustangs will open with Cole Scammon in the backfield along with Dickerson, two people that you've seen throughout the varsity season, but again, underclassmen. So Scammon takes the opening snap, and Dickerson takes the ball right up the middle for about a 4-yard gain. Sets up 2nd and 6. So again, Scammon lines up in the backfield with Dickerson. Dickerson again takes the handoff and falls forward for another about 3 yards on the carry. Good blocking up front by Rystrom and Stephen Perkins there on the left side of the line. Sets up a 3rd and 3. Xander Jordan and Seth Zwickle check into the game. The other wide receivers, Ethan Laughlin, there in the slot. Again, Scammon in the backfield with Dickerson. Kind of a pistol formation. Kind of a high snap. Dickerson is able to grab the handoff and fall forward. Looks like he will have enough for the first down. So 3 plays for the Mustangs, 4 yards each, and a Mustang first down here on their opening possession. Trying to answer back from the Clarinda opening score as they return the opening kickoff for about an 80-yard touchdown return. We're about 2 minutes into the contest. And the Mustangs first down and 10 from their own 42. Again, Scammon and Dickerson in the backfield. This time Scammon will look to pass. Wickle crossing over the middle. Scammon pulls the ball down. Runs for about 5 yards before he's tackled. Good gain from the quarterback. And look who showed up.
Can you hear me okay? I guess you can't hear me.
I can hear you, right, because we're standing right next to each other, and the microphones say they're working. So, I mean, people said they could hear us when I asked them. So you keep messing with those things, and maybe they'll hear us a little bit better.
They didn't hold the game up for me.
They didn't. They actually were going to start early, and I was like, hey, the guy had a late flight in from London.
Yep, late flight.
Big call of the game in London yesterday. So,
yeah,
TJ Young back in business.
We're back.
Scammon again to Dickerson. Dickerson carries the ball about 2 yards there on second down. And so it sets up about a 3rd and 4. That down distance marker can be moved up about another yard to where the ball's at. About 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs here on their first drive after getting a first down. If you missed it, TJ.
I did.
Clarinda returned the opening kickoff about 80 yards for a touchdown. And so this is the Mustangs' first possession of the game. Be the second time Scammon pulls back to pass, incomplete. Across the field over to Bo Gardner. That's not Bo Gardner.
It looked like Ben Labrum.
Ben Labrum over there.
Well, and Clarinda looks like, I'm just going to jump right in here. Clarinda looks like, I mean, they're just going cover 0, flat across the board. Our athletes against your athletes, see who wins. And Labrum got open, just couldn't hit him.
Just a little bit overthrown there by Scammon. So the Mustangs will have to punt. And if you're keeping track of the number of punters that the Mustangs have used this year, I'm not sure what number we're on. At least number 4 with Scammon back to punt. And Clarinda calls for the fair catch right over there at the 27-yard line. And
it's been a while since you've done a football game.
You're right. And so they get the ball first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
I'll just let you keep going. No, you're doing great.
No, you can talk now.
You're doing fantastic.
I've had enough.
I love it. It's just weird getting into it, right? Like you're, 6:30 to go in the first quarter.
We give them their 2-point conversion.
They did get 2?
Yeah, they did.
I'm
so
sorry.
It's 8.
Sorry. And Clarinda drops back to pass. There's a deep ball down the near side, kind of a duck, but in stepping on the line, if they call that a catch, that's a good call by the official there. That was intended for somebody, number 88. We don't have him in our program. But number 88, big, long, tall guy. If you know his name and you're from Clarinda and you're watching the stream, let us know. He made the catch, but he just touched the line there with his big toe. So it's going to bring up second down and 10. A lot of time for the quarterback there for Clarinda, which is somebody that's not on the list as well. So Clarinda goes speed option to the far side again. That's been trouble for Shenandoah these last couple of ball games that we've seen. Speed option to the field. They've really struggled to get out there and do their responsibilities in the game against Clark, which we won't talk about very much. But that, and then there it is again. Just nobody taking the quarterback in a big alley for a first down.
Yeah, just something that the Mustangs will have to try to figure out here in the last 2 weeks of their season of JV football, and then hopefully in the off season and as we get into next season, we'll be able to figure that out.
Handoff up the middle. That is number 25, who's in our program. That is Quentin Martin. Martin carries the ball for about 5-6 yards up the middle there. Springs up a second down and about 5.
Again, the Mustangs just up front with some of the same guys you would have saw on Friday night with Rystrom leading the charge there. Just got to put some pressure on the Clarinda front 5 and push them back instead of letting them push us into our secondary.
Yeah, size-wise, pretty similar up front there as the handoff goes back up the middle and breaking a few tackles there and picks up about 3 yards. Does Martin, and that's going to bring up a third down and short. But yeah, size-wise, maybe it'd be a little bit different if this was a varsity ball game, but JV varsity, JV whatever. It's pretty similar size-wise up front.
Yeah, and Ethan Laughlin, not the biggest guy out there for sure, gets into the backfield, kind of breaks up that play a little bit. Doesn't quite get the tackle, but does enough to disrupt the play to set up third down.
So third down in about 2, going to be balanced formation. Quarterback gets the snap, throws right across the middle, and a good job breaking up the pass by that. Looked like Laughlin again. Size-wise, definitely a mismatch there, but Laughlin just got his little paw in there and knocked it free.
Yeah, Laughlin with a great job of being right there on that crossing pattern, is able to break it up and set up fourth down, which it looks like Clarinda will be going for it.
Yeah, 4th and 2, JV game. You're on kind of no man's land here. You punt, maybe it's a bad one. You only gain a couple, 20 yards field position. May as well go for it. And again, same formation, balanced formation. And again, dropping back to pass, throwing incomplete. They had all hitches. All the way across the board, man-to-man coverage for Shenandoah, and nothing done there, and it's a turnover on downs. So Shenandoah defense holding. They're going to get the ball back in plus territory at about the 46.5-yard line. See what Scammon and company can do here on their second possession of the night. 4:37 to go in quarter number 1 here. 8-0. Clarinda, as Mr. Burdorf said, took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. So we'll see what Scammon can do here. Pitching out to Dickerson on the far side. Dickerson gets north and south, picks up a couple. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8. A pretty good job for Dickerson. There are not a lot of blockers out there, but a good job of him just sticking his foot in the ground this time, getting north and south, and not going to the sideline. You go to the sideline on that play, you're probably losing a yard or two. At least he picks up a couple and makes it a positive play.
Yeah, no reason to make it a foot race to the edge. Just go ahead and power through and get what you can.
So 2nd down and 8. Pistol formation. Got a little wing back over there on the far side. Looks like Laughlin there. A high snap, handoff to Dickerson right up the middle, powers his way to about the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 4. So it's, you're staying on schedule here, which is something that it's nice to see. It hasn't been that way for the last 3 or 4 months or so, really, of football. Staying on schedule, 3rd and manageable here.
Yeah, you talked about Laughlin there in that little wingback spot. It looked like he kind of did some counter blocking, trap blocking.
Little H-back, kind of a crack there, a pin. Now Laughlin in the slot on the far side. 2 receivers to the far side. And a handoff to Dickerson, who bounces to the outside. He's to the 35, breaks a couple tackles to the 30, going to the 25, dragging Cardinals down to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. That's the biggest run from scrimmage for quite a while for the Mustangs. Got to feel pretty good for the big guys up front.
Yeah, really good job, really good push by the left side of the front 5 for the Mustangs. Able to get it downfield blocking a little bit, and Dickerson did a good job vision-wise, seeing that there was a little bit more room to the outside, bounces it outside for the big gain.
1st and 10, high snap again. Dickerson goes straight outside, gets inside the 20, gets pushed out of bounds at the 16-yard line, and the late flag will come in. I didn't know if they were going to throw that. Looked like he was just continuing the tack. I don't think there was anything malicious there. If the track was 10 feet further back, he wouldn't have landed. I mean, looked like the kid was just finishing the tackle. But benefit for the Mustangs, it's going to be 1st and goal here. It should be half the distance, correct?
Yeah, it looks like half the distance to the goal sets up 1st and goal.
From about the 8-ish yard line. And we got, looks like we got Broadman up here. Is he going to... Did you tell him he's got to get up here and do the camera?
Well, he didn't want to come. And then I think he probably heard there was free food, and so then he came.
Bunch formation to the far side. Handoff up the middle. Wide lane for Dickerson. Touchdown! Big hole right up the middle on that right side. Kind of in that A-B gap there, and just really created some space, and Dickerson didn't get touched until the goal line there, Coach.
Yeah, doing a really good job of really running off this left side with Perkins, Rystrom, and Mark Hardy leading the way for the Mustangs.
Nice to get one in there. Nice to get one in the end zone. Going for 2 here. Again, that same formation. Offset is Dickerson. He gets the handoff again. Oh, fake handoff, and here goes Scammon on the option, and he's in. Fake me out, coach. That takes something. It takes a little bit to fake me out, but a nice little wrinkle there. And looks like we maybe have a flag on the play there. I don't see a flag. Oh, there it is on the far side
Way
there.
over there.
The legal formation is going to be the call. So we're going to wipe that 2 points off the board, and we're going to have to do her again. And tough break there for the Mustangs. Have a sweet little play.
Right, it was a nice little play, just lined up incorrectly. Unfortunately, probably a new formation.
Well, I think it was the same formation. It just probably had 5 guys in the back.
Gotcha. Just didn't check.
Yeah, we got to do one of those point at the side of the line judge.
Yeah.
And he gives you the hat nod. But after the 5-yard penalty, it's going to bring on Zwickel to attempt a little bit of a longer extra point. It's going to be a 25-yard extra point. The snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is right down the middle. So the Mustangs, instead of getting 2, they get 1 there. So they're down by 1 with 2:47 to go in quarter number 1. We'll be right back right after this.
This very moment, a board-certified general surgeon will be leading her team in the removal of her patient's gallbladder. In this newly remodeled surgical suite, she'll use the latest technology and small laparoscopic incisions for a quicker recovery time. In a couple of weeks, the patient will have a pain-free and normal life again. These are the things that happen here every day. The new surgical center at Shenandoah Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
We're back into Shenandoah, 8-7 with 2:47 to go in quarter number 1. Mixed bag here. In the first little bit, I missed the opening return, but defense makes a stop. Offense sputtered once, but then drove the ball down the field. We haven't seen them drive the ball down the field for quite a while, so it was nice to see them on the ground drive it, half the field and get a score.
Yeah, move the ball, and again, the big guys up front were moving the offensive line forward, and Dickerson was able to find some nice holes to get himself into the end zone.
And the kickoff is fielded at about the 10-yard line, and he's going to make his way out to about the 34, and that was Noah Harris on the return for the Cardinals. That's going to be first down and 10 now for Clarinda as they start their second offensive possession of the night. So you were talking about this a little bit. Is this a full, essentially varsity crew that we have left? I mean, is this the full crew that's available tonight?
Yeah. Yep. Minus maybe a couple seniors. Everybody else is here.
Everybody's here and playing.
Yep.
Okay. So if your kid has not been in the game very much on those Friday night games that we've called, this is a good opportunity for you to come in and watch some ball games here. Clarinda has motion man to the left side of their formation. They're going to run a quarterback keep all the way. Really good play by Laughlin. Again, he's everywhere, and then a whole host of Mustangs clean it up. I really like what Laughlin's doing defensively. The first maybe 6 or 7 plays I've seen of him tonight, he's really active.
Yeah, really getting in there, going hard to the ball. For him, he's just a little guy, gets lost a little bit, with the bigger lineman looking over the top of him, and he's able to get into the backfield and make some nice plays, or at least cause some disruption in the backfield.
So they'll give him about a half a yard, so we'll call it second down and 9. A little bit of a tighter formation here, running formation. They'll run the toss to the outside, and again, in the backfield, that's number 21 in your programs. Is that McGargle?
That's Graham. Graham.
That's
with
great.
Stop.
Pick up
Great
again.
tackle over there.
Just about a yard, and Graham meted it right up the point of attack, and that's a really good job by some young guys, Laughlin, Graham, and company, sticking their face in the fan, not being afraid to attack them. That's good to see.
Yeah, you're just able to play a little bit more free, you know, in a JV game than a varsity game, especially as a freshman where you're completely outsized.
So 3 receivers to the near side here, just 2 defenders, and it didn't seem to matter. There was only 2 Mustangs out here guarding the 3 Cardinals. If they have anybody in the booth, which they don't, maybe they'll notice that later, but fortunate for the Mustangs because they came out a little misaligned there and go off the hands of the intended receiver, and that was Colby McAndrews.
Right, just looked a little confused in the secondary as you have different guys on the field. You know, an outside linebacker has to, if they're going to run trips, somebody else has to come out here.
Yeah.
You can't just have this corner and safety. A linebacker has to come out and just some miscommunication. But luckily for the Mustangs, the pass falls incomplete and sets up 4th down.
Cardinals punted away from the 34-yard line. It'll take a Cardinal bounce, and it got touched at the 27. It hit off of a knee pad, but I don't think they saw it. So they'll call it down at the 24-yard line. So 1st and 10 Mustangs. Wow, I'm catching everything today, except for that play that didn't even happen.
Yeah.
The option play.
It's great.
Did you see it hit off his knee pad?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot easier to see it in the sunlight, I guess.
Well, he was.
Than on Friday night.
The official was well behind the play.
Yeah, he was in no hurry to get there, but it is a JV football game.
Yep.
So.
Hey, but we're having fun.
We are having fun.
8. It's a good ball game. It's a beautiful night.
Playing football on a beautiful night in the fall.
So balance formation, pistol formation, offset is Dickerson. Scammon drops back to pass. He's going deep down the middle. Short throw intercepted by Noah Harris. I say this a lot. I'm not going to try to beat a dead horse tonight, but when you're running 4 verticals, those inside seams, you can't float them. You gotta put it on.
Zip them a little bit.
Yeah, it's the outside ones. When you get to the numbers, those are the ones you want to put some air on it and let the guy run underneath it. Those inside seams, you gotta almost kind of a back shoulder in that situation because Clarinda's just playing man.
Yeah.
But kind of just acts like a punt there.
Yeah, an arm punt. So sets up Clarinda here with just under a minute to go in the first quarter.
Yeah.
At their 45-yard line. So now the Mustang defense needs to dig back in and get ready to go.
Running formation here for Clarinda. The handoff up the middle, bouncing to the outside, and ball is stripped on the far side, and it's picked up by Shenandoah at the 35-yard line. That ball was stripped by number 28 in your programs.
Which is Trayton Foster. And recovered by Jacob McGargle.
Nice. So freshman, sophomore, right?
2 freshmen.
2 freshmen.
Yeah.
I knew Foster was a freshman.
Yep.
McGargle, I wasn't so sure. But that's wonderful. Fantastic. It looked like the running back there, Caden Roop.
Foster.
Caden Roop bounced it to the outside, but Foster, with that speed, got out there and then made a good play on the ball. So, again, you've got 10 guys basically within 5 yards of the ball here. Handoff up the middle to Dickerson. He's met right at the line of scrimmage by number 34, which is a nameless person again, but a really good tackle by number 34, White. Really shot the gap right there. Not a lot of room for Dickerson as Graham looks like he's coming in as a tight end here or wide receiver, and Labrum will check out. 20 seconds and counting. Looks like they do not have to run a play, but I think they're gonna. Bunch formation to the near side. Flag on the play. Dickerson gets up to the 30-yard line. If it stands, I don't believe that it will. That looked like it was in the area of a hold.
I'd like to replay the timing of the flag.
It was pretty well immediate.
Right. I mean, whatever happened, they're calling hold. But if there was a hold, like it had to have been like one of those, like I'm going to stick my arm out and catching the guy as I'm coming out of my stance, because that happened
like a linebacker,
super fast.
Like a linebacker was shooting the gap, and the lineman just had
no chance. Yeah, had no chance. Just stick my arm out. Yeah.
So that's going to draw him back 10 yards. It'll be at the 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 20. For Shenandoah. Again, still in plus territory. That interception really doesn't seem to matter because the next play you get that fumble, so it's almost like he completed the pass. I mean, in the long grand scheme of things, clock is running to end quarter number 1, 8-7. Shenandoah trailing by 1. We'll be back after a few breaks from our sponsors.
It's always been my dream to own a locker.
You like school that much, huh?
Actually, no, my own meat locker.
I'm Processing.
So, what do you think?
Well, if that's your it, let's make it happen.
Here it is. This is where my passion is my major.
With more than 80 areas of study, dozens of clubs and activities to choose from, and advisors who ask the right questions and offer support, it's easy to be you at Iowa Western.
Hey, we're back for the second quarter of action. TJ, again, he came late, but I picked him up a burger sponsored by Shenandoah Medical Center and somebody else. You remember?
Thank you to Fairway.
Fairway, yeah. That's who it was. And the Mustangs come out and try to run a little reverse something counterplay there on first down or on second down and fumble it. But it looked like it was going to be a fun play if it would have connected. But it didn't, so
maybe they'll come back to it.
Yeah, maybe. Ooh, they're going to call it maybe an incomplete pass? He threw it forward? That's what the sideline's trying to convince him of, that it was a forward. Ooh.
It looks like it's going to stand.
It's going to stand. It's going to stand as they're saying he had it and then fumbled it. So Clarinda's ready to play, and the refs aren't. And
I think now maybe we have a timeout on the.
Oh, getting back to TJ.
No?
Getting back to TJ being late to the game, so he shows up late.
Easy.
Shows up late. No, he had an excuse, but I did pick him up a burger, so he's having a quick supper here, real quick, while we have time. And so again, appreciate Shenandoah Medical Center and Fairway for providing the free meal for those who paid admission, plus all of our students who are here. It looks like the band is enjoying their food here. Who's also here, so trying to keep the crowd entertained and student section and band, and I think the band was going to perform at halftime, but I don't think they were able to give enough notice to enough kids, and so some kids aren't going to be here, and so
how did Clarinda Band Days go on the field show? Because that just happened, right?
It did yesterday.
No, not yesterday.
Saturday. Yeah.
There's
So
kids in band, though.
she is, but she was at the varsity volleyball tournament in TJ.
Gotcha.
So they are going to call it an incomplete pass. So, yeah, the band, I'm not sure how they did in the field show part of the competition, but I know they got third in the parade portion. So I saw that on KMA, the results there. And so I'm sure the full results will be somewhere eventually where everybody can see them. And we're just going to guesstimate about where the change should be here in this
it should be
JV contest.
20. It was second and 20.
It was. And if Ronnie would have just left the scoreboard, we would have all known the information, but he was going with what the refs were doing. So here we go. We're just guessing. One more down, fellas. I'd put it right there. Yep.
That's right.
Right there. If you go back to replay, it was somewhere in that area. So it's going to be 3rd and 20 from our 40 from the Mustang side of the field, 45-yard line.
All right. So
we're back to action.
He's looking for a screen up the middle, and right away he was met by who's number 34?
Levi Spire.
Levi Spire.
Found him.
Name dropping Levi Spire for a loss of 2 yards, and that was a very good read by the linebacker. It was
a really good play by the linebacker there. He was dropping into pass coverage, and we didn't block him, and he was able to come right through, make that tackle. So the Mustangs will again have to punt, this time from their own 48-yard line. Try to pin the Cardinals back a little bit, and That ball
is going to end up being essentially about a 9-yard
punt.
Yep. So it'll be a 9-yard punt. It's going to set up Clarinda at their own 38-yard line. Pretty good defensive stand there for the Cardinals. Shenandoah maybe had some stuff cooking right away. That penalty right away, the incomplete pass / fumble / whatever, and then the big play by Spire.
Yeah, the drive really stalled on the holding call, and then we had the chance to set up a play coming out of the quarterback break or the quarter break, and ended up being fumble / incomplete pass, and then
It was incomplete.
now it's Clarinda ball at their 38-yard line.
So we got 1st and 10. And in the pistol, the handoff goes to the running back right up the middle, bounces off a couple of Mustangs out to the 42-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 5. So 2nd down and 5. Kind of pinballing his way there. Didn't get the number. Was that 25? Was that Martin again?
It might have been.
Who's just kind of pinballing off of some linebackers.
Yeah, Graham and McGargle in on the tackle there.
Oh, we got a new guy in there. Rystrom's taking a breather, it looks like. Number 77 in your program.
73.
73.
Landon Soyce.
Landon Soyce. Okay, welcome to the game. Quarterback keeper all the way on a sweep, and he's got some room. He gets to the outside. He's to the 45 to the 40 and out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Big play, 1st down. And when you can get to that edge in a design quarterback run, you out-leverage the defense there. And pretty good job, and just that's what speed can do.
Yeah, that Noah Harris, he's the one who returned the opening kickoff for the touchdown, so we know he's got good speed, and he got around the edge.
The quarterback is the returner?
6'2" freshman, yeah. He's back there returning kickoffs.
I'll bet he doesn't return kickoffs next year.
Not if he keeps playing quarterback.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet he don't return kicks next year. So we got wide trips out to this near side. Single receiver to the far side. Looks like a cover 1 for Shenandoah. And dropping back to passes, Harris. He throws on the run. High ball is caught at the 10-yard line and drugged down at the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Cardinals. And really, you just pick your matchup pre-snap right there. You got trips to the far side, one-on-one coverage with 6'5" against 5'8". Just throw it up and let the big guy make a play.
Yeah, excellent play there by Clarinda. Just throw it, like you said, down the sideline jump ball and know that your guy's taller. We've run into that problem in 6th grade football this year.
You did. I was at one of those games.
Our secondary
Maryville had a kid
not very tall.
Maryville had a kid that was like 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
So the handoff goes up the middle and untouched into the end zone for a touchdown for the Cardinals. I guess slightly touched. He was slightly touched at the 6-yard line, but easy touchdown there for Martin. That's his first score of the night, and it's 14-7 at the moment, and a pretty impressive drive. Good response by Clarinda offensively, kind of getting their bearings a little bit here, it looks like.
Yeah, kind of just took advantage of some experience up front over our inexperience on the defensive front and pushes back pretty easily, and then also the big pass play sets up the easy score.
So trips to the near side, may get some quarterback run over to the far side here. Or to the near side, and that's what we get. And Harris is stoned at the goal line, and he finally pushes his way in. That formation just screamed quarterback run. I just didn't know where. But it's going to be 16-7, so we'll take a break. Mustangs down by 9, getting the ball back with 7:49 to go until half.
Sorensen Auto Plaza in Shenandoah has been here over 25 years, and they specialize in financing. Buy here, pay here. At Sorensen Auto Plaza, they finance all credit types. Bad credit, no problem. Visit SorensenAutoplaza.com to apply for financing and stop by and visit us on Sheridan Avenue. Sorensen Auto Plaza, proud to support this Shenandoah live stream.
Heritage Bank is proud to be a locally owned community bank. We have been committed to our community and meeting the financial needs of our customers since 1873. We are confident that our knowledgeable staff can help you make informed decisions about your financial needs no matter how big or small. Let us show you how rewarding a relationship with First Heritage Bank can be. Stop in at one of our 2 locations, or you can find out more information at www.fhbshen.com. First Heritage Bank is a proud supporter of Shenandoah High School athletics. Go Shen, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Shenandoah. Clarinda ready to kick things off. Up by 9, 16-7. Ball's teed up at the 40-yard line, and it's booted away, and it will bounce down at about the 24, picked up at the 17-yard line, and then tripped up, looked like by his own guy, was Foster, and he goes down at about the 28-yard line. So, decent field position for Shenandoah. Start their fifth drive of the night. Fourth? I got here late.
4.
They get these the millions of fans are going to get what they pay for tonight because I got here late.
4th or 5th possession. We'll go with that.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep, I love it. 7:46 to go until halftime. Balance formation, offset pistol with Dickerson off to the far side, and now he shifts over to the right side of the offense's formation. And handoff is faked to Dickerson, and Scammon goes up the middle, and he picks up maybe a yard on the play. Looked like that one was not any sort of option. That was just a design quarterback lead, just not enough blockers there up the middle.
Yeah, Dickerson just ran right by him and was definitely lead blocking into the hole, and Scammon just following him through there. And Clarinda was able to get the stop after just 1 yard.
So they do give him a yard, as Coach said, so 2nd down and 9. The next time we'll be with you, volleyball game, right, this week?
Thursday?
Thursday. Yeah, first time in a while.
Yeah.
Handoff up the middle to Dickerson. He powers his way for about 4, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. In this part of the field, you could probably still run it or pass it. It could be a 2-down situation. Like you said before, it's a JV game, kind of one of those deals, not, no district standings on the line right now, so it could be a 4-down territory. You don't have to throw the ball here, but
you might as well
formation.
Yeah, you might as well practice more plays, right?
Yeah. Practice, it makes perfect, and we get a screen pass. It's tipped and intercepted off of the carom, and that's going to be intercepted by Cooper Phillips. Phillips goes all the way down to about the 27-yard line. That one just kind of doomed to fail there. It was just not good timing on that. The ball was high, and everything. You got to give the receiver all the credit in the world, at least attempting. But if he just let it go, but he's not gonna. It's competitive nature, right? You're gonna try, but it just off of his Labrum's hands and then bounced off a Cardinal, and then another one gets the pick.
Yeah, Labrum, either the block wasn't far enough downfield, or Labrum ran his route too far down the field, and those two pieces collided, and then it was not good from there. So, again, just like you said, timing of the whole thing was off from the start.
So we got trips to the far side, pistol formation, motion man over to the near side. He's going to line up as an H-back, and there's your handoff, big hole on the right side. And good tackle by McManus as Caden Rube had some yardage there. We do have a flag on the play. Are they going to call a horse collar there?
I think they are, but he really had the back of his jersey, not up around the neck. If you guys aren't watching at home,
he just grabbed the back of my shirt.
Right. He didn't. I don't feel like he had his collar.
This is not a safe working environment right now. Wasn't it blew out bullying day?
But yeah, it was stomp out bullying day.
Stomp out bullying day.
Yeah.
I saw Coach earlier today, and I was giving him all this equipment, and he was wearing blue jeans and a blue shirt, and I said, wow, casual Monday. I didn't know that was today. I don't know if my kids wore blue. Did they wear blue?
One of them might have had like a blue sweatshirt on.
I don't think they even knew what day. They knew. You send out your emails every week.
Yeah, that's right.
I read them.
That's good.
I hope everybody reads them at home.
Thanks for doing that.
Sure.
Trying to communicate.
Trips to the near side, little float pass to Rube. He makes a guy miss in the backfield. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Mustangs had him stopped in the backfield, but Rube does the shimmy shake and hits the B button, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown.
able to just scamper down the sideline there. Got away from the Mustang defense. Was just enough room for him to scamper. Scamper is the word of the Monday.
Roping the sidelines, scampered in.
Got in there.
So 5:55, triple nickel on the clock here, folks. 5:55 to go until halftime. 22-7, and going for two again is Clarinda. Motion to the right side. Again, kind of in that H-back formation. Quarterback option, and he's going to be in for two. That is number 2 in your programs, which I don't know, but good job by him running the speed option there to the far side. And with 5:55 to go until halftime, Clarinda 24, Shenandoah 7.
The strength of a house starts with its foundation, just like the strength of a community starts with its education to ensure its success for many generations to come. The Shenandoah, Iowa Education Foundation strives to bring world-class education and opportunities to the youth of Shenandoah. Visit ShenandoahIowaEducationFoundation.org to become a part of the $100 Club, the Family Challenge, to donate to the Peter J. Weber Scholarship, or to make a general donation. The Shenandoah, Iowa Education Foundation, partnering today for success tomorrow.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night. 246-1803 or after hours at 712-310-9248.
We are back here in Shenandoah, 24-7, 5:55 to go until halftime. And Mr. Soderberg doing the PA let us know it was Karsten Beckel. That's number 2, the quarterback for Clarinda. I got both of my color commentators up here. Baseball, softball, Coach Soderberg. I got Coach Burdorf up here. It's a full house up here. Ronnie's here. I mean, everybody's here.
Monday night party.
Monday night football. So the kickoff is away. Dickerson picks it up at the 16-yard line. He hits a hole, goes straight north and south. Good return. About 20 yards out to the 34, 35-yard line. So really good job. That was probably the best return I've seen Shenandoah have all year. Wasn't a lot of dancing, wasn't a lot of indecision. It was just
go.
Stick your foot in the ground and get north and south. And we always used to coach our returners kind of be a one-cut returner, right? So you try to find that alley and then stick your foot in the ground and get what you can, and sometimes you'll pop one.
Yeah, you never know.
So
it's kind of if you've never sat in like the end zone of a college football game, that's kind of like a fun spot to watch.
Yep.
Kickoff returns open up.
High snap, handoff goes up the middle. Nice push by the offensive line that time. That's going to bring up a second down and 5. Really good push. We got a new quarterback in there, and that's Mr. Twyman, starting third baseman for the varsity baseball team. And in the backfield, still Dickerson. Is that correct? Still Dickerson?
Yep, still Dickerson back there.
So second down, and we'll call it 4. Another high snap. Dickerson gets met in the backfield, and he is stopped. No gain, maybe a loss on the play. Snaps have been, I mean, even with Scammon, both Scammon and Twyman, they're really having to work to get those snaps, and that can really disrupt the timing of an inside handoff.
Yeah, absolutely. As you have to jump up and then come back down, bring the ball all the way back down to that running back's belly. It does throw off the timing.
As a Nebraska fan for years, watching our quarterback have snaps go over his head, it's frustrating. Scammon looks like he is back in. No, it's not. It's Twyman. He drops back to pass, throws, and it's caught by Twyman. A little sliding catch. No, by Laughlin. Show the hands, young wrestler. Show the hands. Look at there. 1st and 10.
Yeah,
just like we drew it up.
Just like we drew it up. A little slide in there and catch it off the defender's shoulder. It just kind of rolls into your hands.
Absolutely. Perfect. So 1st and 10, ball near midfield at the 49-yard line of Shenandoah. It's going to be a little tighter formation here. That little bunch trips to the near side. And Twyman gets the snap. It's a long little spiral pitch to Dickerson. He's going to pick up 2. When you run that toss to the bunch, you really got to bank on those bunch receivers doing their job and getting somebody. And then that puller is supposed to get the outside guy.
Yeah.
But we didn't get the outside guy that time.
It was, and that is a long pitch.
That's a long pitch.
To get it out there. I get the whole power running, get it out there on the edge, and that is a long pitch to get it out there.
It almost would constitute as a pass there. It was almost forward.
Yeah.
So
close.
Second down, and we'll call it a long 8 because I don't want to change it on the scoreboard. And Twyman back to pass. He looks up the middle, and that's intercepted by Spire. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen, and Spire, he's going to take it all the way back 51 yards, but we do have a penalty on the play. You're probably going to get some sort of a block in the back right around that 35-yard line. We're trying those screens, and just, again, that timing's just not quite there with this JV bunch. I guess there's some varsity guys in there too, but just timing's just not quite right on those.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that was a screen or just a crosser, and he got bumped off by the linebacker who actually intercepted that pass. He bumped him on the way by, threw his route off, and then he was going to be open for the interception.
So it was not a screen?
I don't think so.
Fair enough. I just got here. I can't use that excuse much longer.
It might have been, but
so
felt like it was just a crossing route.
You're probably right. But a little note for the quarterback. So if Mr. Twyman's watching this back later, when you throw it to a crosser, you want to throw it to windows. You don't want to throw it right in front of the center. You want to throw it guard, tackle. Find your windows. As Harris, scrambling to the outside, makes a guy miss and gets to the 41-yard line. That's super important for a quarterback when you're throwing those crossers to hit it in windows, not right in front of your face, because there's a linebacker, like you said, right there. He's going to bump you off, and it's going to throw the pass off.
Right.
But you either got to hit it before the or before that, in that early window, or in the later window.
Yeah.
It's those. I always used to tell quarterbacks, It's not about throwing it to your guy. It's about throwing it away from their guy.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you can do both. So 2nd down and 5. Offset eye backfield and a big hit. The ball's on the ground, and it looks like there. I thought Shenandoah had it. It'll stay with Clarinda. Loss of a yard. Big hit in the backfield by the middle of that Mustang defensive line. Good penetration that time, and it's going to set up a 3rd down and 6, Coach.
Yeah, Bo Sample getting in there and knocking that ball free, it looked like. And then the Mustangs just unable to cover it up, but Bo Sample did a great job of getting into the backfield and blowing.
Brother of Gage?
Right.
All right.
Freshman Bo Sample.
Yeah. He hit the transfer portal just like his brother. Hit the portal. We got anybody doing NIL?
Not yet. We're talking to some people.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to figure that out.
Wide splits over here to this side over here, so you probably want to take away the inside here. You gotta scramble by Harris. There's nobody out here, but really good hustle by Graham as he forces the sack fumble. Graham with great hustle, getting Harris from the backside on the scramble. It's going to go down as a sack fumble and a loss of 5 yards. Great hustle by the freshman.
We're going to get a timeout, Clarinda.
So we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back in 60.
From large projects to daily tasks, we can help at Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah. This is Josh, and we pride ourselves on quality products, knowledge, and service. We're always available for advice on the projects that take years to design or the issues that need fixed in a hurry. And we offer free estimates on anything and everything you need to complete both. When you have a demand, we offer the supply. Miller Building Supply in Shenandoah.
Pella Corporation in Shenandoah is growing. Pella is a family-owned company and has a strong heritage that started in 1925. Pella offers a strong benefit package, competitive wages, quarterly bonuses, profit sharing, and more. Pella has a decreased overtime schedule. You'll never work on Sundays, and you will have at least 2 Saturdays off each month to spend more time with your family. Go to careers.pella.com to see what jobs are available and apply today. Experience is not necessary, as Pella will provide training. Pella is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back into Shenandoah. 1:27 to go until halftime. 24-7. 4th down and 11 for Clarinda. And looks like Clarinda lining up in an offensive formation to be going for it here. And then kind of a cover one look here for the Mustangs. Well, they do have zone feet, so it might be a cover 3 type of deal. And looks like he's going to step back and pooch it. And that's what he does. That's a pretty good decision. If that ball dies, that ball's going to die. That ball's going to die right at the 2-yard line. You couldn't have drawn that up any better than that.
They could not.
What were we talking about right during the break? I said they needed to punt this ball. And that was, I was surprised they were going for it. Good call.
That's a good call and a really nice punt.
Yes.
It rolls it and stops it right. Ronnie says it's at the 1. I think it might be outside the 1 just a bit, but the 1.5.
So we've got 1:17 to go. All 3 timeouts, Coach. 99 yards to pay dirt. But we do have a field goal kicker, so we don't have to get it all. We could just get a little bit and then give Zwickle a chance to let it fly.
Yeah. 60, 61-yarders.
Yep. Well,
double doinkers.
You never know. Iowa State's looking for a kicker. 1st and 10 at the 1.5-yard line. Inside handoff. And Laughlin fights forward to about the 4-yard line. So if we're at the 1, we're going to make that a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Clock is ticking away now. We are under a minute to go until halftime. Well, you can see the smoke still rolling from the grill. It's
still cooking them up down there.
Good, come on down if you're watching.
Still
the game
free hot
town,
dogs and burgers.
Night, come on down. 2nd down and 7. 40 seconds to go. Could be the final play of the first half. Handoff again to Laughlin. Fights his way for about another 3 yards, and looks like we're going to get a timeout from Clarinda. So we'll take the timeout with them. It's going to be 3rd down and 4, Shenandoah, when we come back.
This very moment, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon is on his way to a newly remodeled surgical suite where he'll scrub up and dress into infection-free equipment and begin a surgery to give his patient a replacement knee. With the help of a knowledgeable staff and the latest technology, he'll give this man hope for a normal life again without walking in pain. These are the things that happen here every day. The new surgical center at Shenandoah Medical Center. Your health is our mission.
It is 3rd down and about 6. The handoff goes to Dickerson. Dickerson gets up to about the 7-8 yard line. We'll call it the 9-yard line. So it's going to bring up about a 4th down and 3. We got another timeout here for Clarinda. So they're fresh out of timeouts, but there's 23 seconds left. The last punt from Shenandoah was 9 yards. Pretty good. Hopefully we can get a boot here and pin him a little bit, make him have to earn it a little bit. But if recent history tells you anything, you got an opportunity to have really pretty good field position and maybe a couple of chances to get into the end zone here.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes 9 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards, you better have 10 seconds of hang time.
Yeah, yes, just punt it really high.
Really high. Run out the clock. You got a homer on the scoreboard on the clock operator, right?
Ronnie's going to hit
the button. So Ronnie's going to start at the clock before we snap it. Then he's going to hold it on until a full 1.5 seconds after the whistle. We should be able to get this thing down inside of 10 seconds on this punt. Ronnie, you just listen to me. I'll tell you when to go. I'll tell you when to stop. Okay? When we get down.
So Scammon is back in
his
own end zone, about 4 yards deep to punt. And he gets the snap. He gets the punt away. Much better punt this time. It'll be caught at the 33-yard line and drugged down by number 6 in your program for the Mustangs.
Really good tackle there by River Clark. River Clark.
24-yard line, so there's 13 seconds to go. Clock stops at a first down, so you've got time to use the whole field. Try to get something 10 to 15 yards down the field, or just chuck it deep to 88 and see what happens.
Yeah, the good thing is 88's over on the sideline, so.
Well, that's not very smart.
That gives
Get him in the game.
They don't want. He's not in this formation.
Yeah, the balance formation. So twins to each side. And back to pass, crossing route. Again, it's same thing I was talking about with the Shenandoah quarterback. You got to throw it in the windows, and he threw it right in front of him, and the linebacker was right there.
Yeah, Jacob McGargle was right there, ready to take that ball away. If he would have just reacted just a second earlier, he would have had a pick six,
Well, it's one thing, because it's a dangerous pass, but it's another thing, too. If your guy actually catches it, he's going to get lit up.
Right.
He's going to get hit hard.
Right.
So you really want to protect your receiver and either get it to him beforehand or get it to him after he.
Now we're going to give 87 a chance over there on the farthest side, on the farthest sideline here.
So 2nd down and 10. You got to go route on that far side. Quarterback scrambling. He's trying to get outside, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds with no time left. Great job by the
clock operation by Ronnie. Gets the clock to 0 and gets us to halftime.
So we are at halftime, and the halftime for the JV game is going to be
probably going to be 10 minutes, I would guess.
I'm going to make sure. 11 minutes.
11 minutes.
So the official 11-minute halftime. We'll be back in about 11 minutes. An onside kick to start the third quarter, and it is recovered by Shenandoah. So really good field position to start. Shenandoah prepared for that.
Yeah, Colt came right out in the middle of it. Clarinda just gets in their huddle, waves their hand, the ref blows his whistle, and all 11 guys run at you. You just hope and pray that the ball gets to you before they do.
Yep. Well, it's good to see though that it's that learning process is kind of starting to get there, and in little bits of things here. First and 10. Looks like Scammon's back in at quarterback. Motion by Laughlin. Handoff up the middle to Dickerson. Bounces off a couple of Cardinal defenders at the 50 and down at the 49-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup of about 2. It's going to set up second down and 8. Just not a lot of daylight right now up the middle for Shenandoah.
Yeah, just got to keep pushing though. That's how they kind of got the drive started in the first half, was 3-4 yards pop.
Yep.
Keep the ball moving. Right? If they can keep the ball moving, good things will happen.
Second down, about 8 yards to go. Handoff again, and again met right in the backfield. And that is Levi Spire. He has had a wonderful first 2+ quarters defensively for the Cardinals.
He's doing a really nice job there. Coming from his D end spot, I think, is where he's coming from.
I think he's a backer, yeah. But I think he was just shooting off the edge there. So again, same formation. We got trips to the near side. Single receiver is Foster on the far side. And Scammon rolls out to the right. He's got some time. Pump fakes, throws it over to Laughlin, and he just couldn't handle it. That was a really good play to watch. Did we miss it? Oh, it's all right.
If I could describe it, Ethan he kind of did an out and up.
Yep.
Got himself open. He went up with one hand.
Yes, he did.
And tried to knock it back
Yep.
himself. Didn't quite get it, but it did look really nice.
Cameraman.
Terrible.
So Scammon gets the punt. The punt is officially from the 49-yard line, and it's going to roll down to the 20. So it's going to be a 21-yard punt. And we'll turn her over with 8:33 to go in quarter number 3. See if the Mustangs have made some adjustments here defensively. That outside run on the option, and then I think you kind of got to stick with your coverage, whatever you're going to go with, but you just got to maybe roll that safety over if you get that mismatch.
Right, make the adjustments that are necessary to stop that outside.
It's the outside run that's getting them, not so much the inside run, and then the one-on-one out of not this formation. This is a run formation, and we get a pitch to the outside. Flag immediately. Coach, you mentioned it earlier as a really good play on the far or on this near side by Shenandoah. As that was Twyman and whoever number 12 is. Is that McGargle? No, I don't know. 12 is Xavier Martin. So it was Twyman and Martin made a really good tackle over here in space, but that umpire is immediately throwing these holding penalties. Like the ball is snapped and that flag is in the air. That is impressive. He's the quickest draw west of the Mississippi. East, west, west. Yes, east of the Missouri. There you go. I was never a geography teacher. So first down and 20. Balance formation, back to pass, thrown and completed at the 10-yard line, fighting for extra yardage as he goes down at the 12-yard line, and that is number 88 in your program for Clarinda. That's going to be a gain of, about 5 yards or so, so it'll set up second down and 15.
Yeah, good job by the Mustang defense over there, right there when he caught the ball, and then team tackled him down and kept Cardinals at distance here.
Call it 17. Second and 17. So, pistol formation, 2 tight ends, and big pressure on the quarterback, and he goes down at the 2-yard line. Really good play, really good job in there by a host of Mustangs, but that was Laughlin cleaning it up.
Laughlin doing the job, coming in on the blitz from the left side of our defense, coming right through and getting all the way to the quarterback, and then just kept spinning around, keeping himself out of the end zone to avoid the safety.
So 3rd down and about Red Oak here, 3rd and 27. Not a lot of plays in the playbook for a 3rd and 27, but throwing it up to number 88 would be helpful, but he's in the slot over here on the far side. And quarterback throws it into the boundary, and that's caught and breaks a couple of tackles and gets pretty good gain, but gets back to the original line of scrimmage, gain of about 17, and sets up a 4th down and 10. Really kind of a bend but don't break defense right there, and that's a pretty good job by the Mustangs.
Yeah, they tried to run all the secondary off and then throw it through a real shifty running back, and he's able to get out in open space, but a really good job by the Mustangs to bring him down and leave it at 4th and 10.
And he is shifty. And the punt by Clarinda is a pretty good one from the 20-yard line, bounces at the 50, takes a nice little Clarinda roll and gets downed at the 37. So that's a 42, 43-yard punt. Pretty good punt there, getting them out of the shadow of their own end zone, basically, and kind of flipping the field a little bit.
Yeah, really nice punt. And he does flip the field. Now, see if the Mustangs can put a drive together here as we kind of go to near the midpoint of this 3rd quarter.
All right, here's some sports trivia for you, Coach, on a Monday night at 7:17. What are the 3 rivers that aligned at Old Three Rivers Stadium? I'll let you think about that.
Yep.
As we got a 1st down play, handoff to Dickerson, who's met in the backfield and dropped for a loss of a yard. So the question and if you guys know it too, shoot the chat, send us a text, let us know what 3 rivers aligned at Old Three Rivers Stadium. Of course, Three Rivers Stadium in... Coach, where's Three Rivers Stadium? It used to be Pittsburgh. Thank you, Coach. Coach Soderberg. Now, Coach, do you know the answer to this question?
Rivers.
No, I want to say one of them is the Ohio.
Okay, we got an answer for the Ohio, and that is correct. As Dickerson gets the handoff, he goes for about 5, so it's going to set up a 3rd down and 6. So I will give Coach Soderberg that. It is one of the 3 rivers is the Ohio. So the Ohio and 2 others. What 3 rivers aligned at Old Three Rivers Stadium? See, now it's in Pennsylvania. So now, there you go. Allegheny, that's number 2. Scamming back to pass, and he gets it to Labrum for a 1st down. Nice pitch and catch. We had Zwickel open deep, but a completion's a completion. A 1st down's a 1st down. You'll take the 8-9 yards and a 1st down. You're thinking now. So we got the Ohio. We got the Allegheny. It's a Native American word. Did you give up?
I do.
It's the Monongahela. The Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela are the 3 rivers that aligned at Old Three Rivers Stadium. See, now they don't do that with stadiums. They're all corporate. They're all named. It's PNC Park, I think, out there, isn't it? Yeah. Anyways, there's your nugget for the night. And that got us a 1st down. So Scammon hands it off to Dickerson, who's got a big hole right up the middle, goes to the 33-yard line. That's a 15-yard gain. Big run right up the gut. That's really one of the first times they've had a lot of lane, a wide lane right up the middle. We'll talk about that when we come back as Clarinda takes a timeout.
It's always been my dream to own a locker.
You like school that much, huh?
Actually, no, my own meat locker.
I'm processing.
So, what do you think?
Well, if that's your it, let's make it happen.
We're back here, and nice drive. The Mustangs are putting together 4:44 to go in the third quarter. I want to take this time, as we got a hot minute, to thank all of our corporate sponsors, all the commercials, Doug Meyer Chevrolet also, who's the scoreboard sponsor, all of the commercials that we've been running, and thank Shenandoah Medical Center and Fairway again for the food. It was awesome tonight, and thank you guys again for your support all year. And if you aren't a sponsor, just get a hold of either KMA or FDS, as that ball's fumbled on the ground and looks like recovered by Dickerson. Loss of about 4. All that community support really allows this to happen because the school, I know we talked about this a little bit last year, Coach, but the school doesn't pay for this at all. It's all run by sponsorships locally, and so it's free for the school. It's free for the user, so the person watching. It's a really neat thing that FDS, Fuller Digital Solutions, and KMA have kind of joined together, and we do appreciate the local community coming together.
Yeah, without a doubt. It just makes Friday nights and different nights throughout the season, basketball, volleyball, all the different things that all our fans are able to see. Obviously, we have family members who are out of town, people that are sick or can't make it to a game. Just gives them an opportunity to see our kids, and it's great to just be able to do stuff for our kids, because that's what public schools are all about.
Absolutely.
For the kids.
Yep.
And so it's a great thing for us and our fans to be able to see games each and every night as we broadcast them.
Coach, you gotta give me a test on your mic.
My volume went down. I need to talk louder.
Try it again now, Coach.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you shut your mic off.
Oh, geez.
I don't know how long that's been off, but it was off.
Nobody texted, so they didn't miss me.
So what did you just say, Coach?
I just said that you having all these broadcasts for our people in the public, it's great because people can't necessarily come out to ball games, and so it's great to have it for family members, friends all over the world watching the Mustangs, and it's great for our kids to get their exposure out there and so their family members or friends can watch them.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. 4th down and 8. Scammon off his back foot. Incomplete. So that will be a turnover on downs. And with 3:18 to go in quarter number 3, still 24-7. And just to piggyback off of your thought there, Coach, also everybody enjoys listening to the silky smooth sounds of Coach Burdorf.
Yes, something like that. If you're missing me, you need to find some new things to love.
Oh.
Because this voice, broadcasting football, volleyball, basketball, when we get around to it this winter, all those fun things, right?
Basketball's going to be fun. It'll be fun.
You think we could throw in a wrestling meet?
We broadcast the wrestling meet a year ago, but there was no broadcasters.
Well, can we do that?
I'm sure we can. I don't know the first thing about wrestling.
Well,
so.
you got time.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could be the lead guy.
I'm not saying like you don't have things to do. I'm saying you have time between now and wrestling season.
Okay,
to learn some things about wrestling.
That's a really good play in the back.
That was a good two-legged takedown.
That was Jacob McGargle.
Two.
Stop there.
By a wrestler, Jacob McGargle. Two.
So here's what I'm going to tell you. I would do it, but I will be you, and you will be me.
Okay.
So I will just drop in the color.
Perfect.
Sprinkle it in. We make the cupcake, and you put on the frosting, and I just put the sprinkles on it.
It sounds like fun.
You get to describe everything that you see.
I'm going to yell two a lot.
That's fine.
That's what all the moms say on Saturdays and Sundays.
Handoff up the middle. It's going to be a gain of about 4. So we will We did graduation last year.
Did you do play? Did you play?
I did not do play-by-play of the graduation.
That would have been fun.
That would have been interesting. We did the. I know we did the wrestling meet because I went up and set up the camera and did all that fun stuff.
Okay.
But I just had the volume on.
Gotcha.
And because I don't.
Because that's all you really need. The fans will tell you what's happening.
But I don't want to do the kids a disservice, because I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, I understand what a takedown is.
Sure.
I understand the basics of it, but I never wrestled. So
yeah.
I don't. I have 2 daughters. They don't wrestle, so that's not my area of expertise. As that pass is incomplete, brings up a 4th down and 8 with 1:47 to go in the third quarter. It's kind of like volleyball, although I watch enough volleyball and my kids play it, right? So I never coached it. I coached basketball, baseball, football, and track. I'd love to do the track meet. I think with the huddle cam, we should be able to do it. I don't know if I want to play-by-play it, but I think we should have it on.
Sure.
The high school meet. I think with that huddle cam, I think that'll be.
It tracks it. Yeah.
That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But the volleyball was hard enough when I first started doing it. As it punts away, it'll go down at the 44-yard line and die. So 1st and 10, Mustangs 56 yards away from getting into the end zone. Nobody's really complain. Maybe they do complain at home, but they're not complaining on the chat. I think I do okay at the volleyball. It's not my forte, but I don't want to, like I said, do a disservice to the kids or to the parents or grandparents watching. Like, you want to try to put a product out there that you know what you're talking about, and wrestling is not for me.
I'll help you.
Well, that's you're me, I'm you. We switch.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun. Let's look at the calendar and let's try to figure that out.
You got it.
And we don't host a lot of home wrestling.
One
it's
or
just
two, right?
Yeah, normally it's not very many, but we'll make it work.
And a toss play to Dickerson, who tries to cut it back up and actually made something out of nothing there and picked up about a half a yard on a play that really looked kind of dead on arrival there. Just couldn't get around the outside. Good job by the force players there for Clarinda to force that inside.
Yeah, turned it back inside and made it difficult for Dickerson to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he does, maybe gains a half yard, sets up 2nd down with just over a minute to go here in the third quarter.
See, that's useless stuff. The force player, forcing it back. And say, I understand that because I've coached it and I watch enough of it and I played it. I don't know the first thing about wrestling. Unless it's like WWF back in the day. Like, is that a suplex? Is that a power bomb?
I'll send you some YouTube videos.
No, it's fine. But we have had really good wrestling in the past and currently still here in Shenandoah. I remember as a kid, obviously the McGinnises, you've got the Anderson kid, state champion, multiple time, I believe, state champion. Yeah. We've had really, really good. I can't think of the kid's name off the top of my head. He married Burning. What is Matt? Guys, help me on the chat. Help me. But as Scammon scrambles across midfield, and he gets to about the 48-yard line. So that's going to bring up 4th down, but you're probably 4-down territory here. But it's like maybe Scammon, maybe a little slow to get up here. As he is getting up. They were just kind of tangled up.
I actually think their face masks were entangled. They couldn't get off of each other.
What is Matt Fletcher.
Matt Fletcher, yeah.
Fletcher was a very good wrestler.
There's
plenty.
Fletcher's kids are really good at wrestling too. Blake he's a wrestler and he gets to wrestle those 2 Fletcher kids. It seems like anytime we go to a tournament and Fletcher, that he's in charge of them. He likes to set up the track wrestling and stuff. Somehow my kid always ends up in the same bracket as one of his kids, but that's good competition. Those kids are good wrestlers, and it's friendly competition. So,
end of the third quarter, we're going to step aside for just 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
Here it is. This is where my passion is my major.
With more than 80 areas of study, dozens of clubs and activities to choose from, and advisors who ask the right questions and offer support, it's easy to be you at Iowa Western.
We're back, and we got to thank Emily Olson. Shout out. Perfect. You were the one that was texting Mr. Burdorf telling us we couldn't hear him even though he wasn't looking at his phone. And then you name-dropped Fletcher when we weren't looking at the phone. But I tip of the cap to you, and just for you, no soup for you. There you go. Because you were the only one that got that reference like a month ago when I said it. So there we go. I'll say it again Thursday for volleyball. Thursday, right?
Thursday. Yeah, the volleyball team's on the road tomorrow up at Denison.
Come home with a dub.
Yeah, that should be a win.
Well,
yeah, they played them Saturday at the TJ tournament, beat them 2-0. So hopefully,
I didn't host a tournament.
Huh?
I didn't host a tournament.
Guys above Thomas Jefferson.
There you go.
Hosted a tournament. Girls went up there and
see what I did.
Went 2-3, but got a couple injuries on the volleyball team right now.
Oh,
so,
yeah? Who's banged
up? Ashlyn Hodges has a sore foot, but she did play on Saturday, and Kate Lance didn't play. Did not play on Saturday. So hopefully the Phillies will be back to full strength on tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, hopefully on Thursday against LC. LC is one of the top teams in the conference. So
yeah, Shenandoah did turn it
that.
over on downs. So Tuesday for the Phillies at Denison.
At Denison, yeah,
and that's obviously a Hawkeye 10 game,
Yep.
Hawkeye 10 match. It's match there. It's just
Yep.
it's odd to me. I do
Right.
this game. But then again, when I was in school, it wasn't rally scoring. You played to 15. You had to earn the serve, and we'll talk about that Thursday. And then Thursday, Lewis Central. Like you said, solid team. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, and
we'll have a great crowd. We always do this year.
And
halfback pass is caught at the 15-yard line. I'll tell you what, if Roop leads Warner Schmidt just a little bit, he's probably hitting his head on the victory bell.
Yeah.
He was wide open.
Definitely the trick play worked there. The halfback pass got us fooled there, and
We're missing
got us
some
down
good
the field.
football.
We are.
We're talking about everything else.
No, the Phillies did play. They played Lewis Central on Saturday as well, and lost 2-0. But again, not at full strength. So hopefully, come out and watch the Phillies on Thursday against LC. It's also little kids cheer night that night,
boy,
TJ. So bigger crowd than normal.
Be a rocking crowd. Roop trying to wiggle out.
Uh-oh.
And fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by the Mustangs. Roop trying to make something happen, and Xavier Martin scoops it up for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 with 9:12 to go in the ball game.
Trying to make something out of nothing, and just kept going back and getting nothing, more nothing, and then the something went our way.
Yeah.
Mustangs forced a turnover. Xavier Martin on the fumble recovery.
That ended up being essentially a 19-yard loss because they had the ball at the 15-yard line. Now the ball is at the 34. 1st and 10, Shenandoah trying to kind of sneak their way back in here. Handoff goes up the middle and bounced to the outside. Looked like an outside zone there, and that was Jacob McGargle on the carry. That's a loss of a full 3 yards there. It looks like McGargle is still down on the play. McGargle's back up.
He's up. Lower abdomen.
Yeah.
Looks like.
So 2nd down and 13. Going to have their traditional I formation here. And handoff goes up the middle, and McGargle got met right at the line of scrimmage. Right at the line of scrimmage. And that ISO, when you're zone blocking and then you go into that power kind of what I call bob blocking, big on big, man on man, it's hard to go back and forth sometimes.
Yeah, just not really getting to their linebackers right now, and their linebackers are creeping up and getting in the hole and meeting us right there at the point of attack, and this time McGargle is down.
We will we'll step aside while they tend to him, so we'll be back right after this.
United Group Insurance is a team of people you know and people you trust. We offer home, auto, farm, crop, life, health, and commercial insurance from our convenient offices in Atlantic, Griswold, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. Our team of agents work together to make sure our customers find an insurance policy they feel great about. We offer a variety of insurance carriers, so you can choose what works for your coverage needs. Learn more at United Group INS.
And looks like McGargle is up and walking off on his own. And it's going to be 3rd down and 14 here for the Mustangs with 8:14 to go in the 4th quarter. What kind of plays you got in your bag of tricks here for 3rd and 14?
Good question.
Sprint out pass.
Yeah, maybe a little roll out. Yeah, try to hit somebody.
Send Laughlin deep. Kid's got some.
Maybe go back to that play where Zwickel was wide open down the middle. Is that an option?
Might be, but we're going to get man-to-man cover 0 here for. Oh, never mind. Check that. Not cover 0. You'll have cover 1. And Zwickel will sprint out to the right. And the pass is to Labrum, and he makes the catch at the 40. Not a great spot. Probably caught it at the 41 forward progress, but they get it to him at the 40. Probably going to go for it here 4th and 4. Coach, your thoughts?
Well, it is interesting. All right. So Scammon's coming out. He's got a sore foot, it looks like. So Twyman is going to go in there on 4th down to throw it.
Brought in the reliever.
See if we can get the 5 yards.
Brought in
his arm might be a little sore. He threw 2 innings yesterday in Lincoln. So
brought in the old right-hander. So Twyman at the 40-yard line, 4th down and probably a long 4 here. Got bunch trips here to the near side. Twyman pitching it to Dickerson, who is absolutely stoned. A loss of 5. That's going to be a turnover on down. That's not fun for a running back when you're running looking for the ball, and by the time you catch it, you get earholed by a linebacker.
Yeah. Getting hit in the backfield is no fun for sure.
So Shenandoah turns it over on downs after a really good pitch and catch from Scammon to Labrum to set up that spot. Now you're 1st and 10 for Clarinda with 7:23 to go in the ball game. Ball at the 35-yard line. And handoff goes up the middle, and good stick right at the line of scrimmage by who else? I think that was Laughlin again.
Oh, Laughlin again. Right in there meeting him in the hole. Good tackle by him. He's had a really nice night. Very solid in there.
So 2nd down and 9 for
Laughlin. Ethan Laughlin. Ethan.
2nd down and 9. Hand off is faked, and the quarterback gets around the outside, and Twyman can't get him, but he can't.
Steps out of bounds.
He had a walk-in touchdown.
He did. Stepped out of bounds at the 22.
Really good read there. That defensive end linebacker really crashed hard on the dive fake or on the running back fake, and Beckel had the entire sideline with just one guy to beat, and he beat him.
He did.
That's what speed do.
Yeah, he's fast. I mean, we didn't play it very well, but
no.
It makes him look even faster. But
6:35 to go in the ball game. 1st and 10. You're going to have a sprint out to the near side. Pass is complete at the 11-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down. Pass complete to number 32, who shall remain nameless. So that's a 1st down. It's a really good catch by him.
Don't have complete rosters up here.
Good route, little flood pass.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Just kind of had
was
bubbles.
nice.
You had the deep out, the medium out, or the deep go, clear out, the 15-yard out, and then the 5-yard, just nice little flood pass. Motion to the left side. You got probably a run formation here, and you're going to run your speed option, and there's your pitch, and it's a fumble. Rube can't get the handle on it, and I believe it's recovered by Shenandoah, and it is. Who recovered that? 20, was that
I think
21?
Cole Graham.
Have a night,
Yeah, Cole.
He's played very well.
Right place at the right time.
He had a sack fumble. and a fumble recovery.
Right. Excellent work by him. Again, night like tonight, we're just trying to grow as a program, get people in the right spots, doing the right things. Actually, it was a better defended speed option there.
Yeah.
2 guys actually over there covering 2 guys instead of 1 guy.
Yeah,
so that was
made
better.
The quarterback make a decision when he wasn't ready to make the decision, which was great. That's nice to see.
Yeah.
Assignment football. So the handoff is faked, and you get a little toss outside to Foster. Man, I want to see that kid get the ball in space.
Right.
I want to see that kid because I hear he's fast.
He is fast when he's healthy, for sure. Sometimes he's got a sore bum ankle every once in a while, but he's kind of worked through that.
Just get him in space and hand it to him. Just let him see if he can get to the outside and break one.
See what happens.
Looks like we got River Clark down here on the near side, and you got twin receivers over to the far side. Looks like heavy pressure coming for Clarinda, and they do bring pressure, and Shenandoah does a good job of covering it up, and really good fight by, I believe that was Dickerson there this time running the ball, and it was. So that's a 10-yard tough run. Clarinda kind of got themselves out of their run fits on that double A gap blitz, and Dickerson was able to get a nice gain.
Yeah, really good job, but a good fight. He was probably stopped at about 5-6 yards into that run and just kept pushing forward, and the Mustang offense kept pushing him forward, kept working, and ends up with a first down.
Yeah, he's a lot better running back when there's not a guy hitting him when he gets the ball.
Gives him a little time to get some speed up, get his feet moving.
So 1st and 10 now at the 30-yard line. High snap. Twyman back to pass. Floats one up. He's got Labrum. Labrum makes the catch at the 45. Labrum down at the 23-yard line. They'll call him down at the 21. Biggest play of the night for Shenandoah, from the freshman quarterback to the once offensive tackle, now tight end, Ben Labrum.
He played tight end last year, and then he went to line trying to help the team out this year, and then as injuries mounted, he had to go back out to the outside.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
No, he
plays hard.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's one of the good ones. He does a good job. 1st and 10, big play. And you go cover 0, and you get beat at the line as Dickerson gets met in the backfield right away. That's going to be a loss of a full yard there. But, yeah, you play cover 0, and you get beat off the line. It could be 6 quick, and fortunately the DB had some speed to catch up to Labrum, because he was kind of pulling a plow there at the end.
Yeah.
He was a little gassed. So it's going to be 2nd down and 11, definitely in field goal range, Coach.
Yeah, the flag is blowing straight down.
Yep, wind's blowing straight down.
So, perfect night for kicking.
I formation, inside handoff to the fullback. Was that Cole Graham in there playing fullback?
Was it?
These numbers, there's a lot of different ones. I think it
was Laughlin.
Are you sure?
Oh, Trayton Foster.
Trayton Foster. Hey, I said hand it to him.
We did. We tried. Gained a couple yards.
Hey, dude. Looks like he got 4, so that'll set up a 3rd down and 7. So 3rd and 7. You're probably 4 down territory here inside the 20-yard line. I formation again. And they'll fake the handoff. Twyman tries to boot, gets stopped, and the pass is complete to who else? Ben Labrum down at the 15-yard line is going to set up a very manageable 4th down and about 3.
Yeah, good job of stopping. He saw the edge wasn't going to be there for the bootleg, so he just pulled up and hit Labrum early for the nice gain.
Yeah, really, really smart play there by Twyman. A lot of young quarterbacks, when they get told you got a boot, they try to get outside of it, and they get themselves in trouble. Good job of stopping, setting his feet, and making a good throw. So 4th down and 3, I formation again. Cover 1, man-to-man with safety deep. And the handoff is to Dickerson. Dickerson is met in the backfield, and he will lose about a half a yard. So that'll be a turnover on downs. Looks like they tried to go on 2 there. And there was some movement, but I don't know if anybody crossed the line.
They didn't get into the neutral zone, evidently, and so might have been a good time to go on 3 or 4. Like, get them moving and then
just keep going, call a timeout with 1 second on
and see what happens.
Clock. So turnover on downs, 2:43 to go in the ball game. There's been a much better second half defensively. Not that Shenandoah has played terrible defensively. They gave up the 1 touchdown before I got here. So really they've given up just 2 scores. But the second half, they've held them out of the end zone.
Right. Yeah, they played pretty well. Just haven't been able to score on the offensive side of the ball.
And you got quarterback run to the near side here. And breaking some tackles and going out of bounds at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10. Nice run. Man, when you see number 4 in the backfield, Noah Harris, I mean, it's got to be a lights, flash, bells ring moment that it's probably going to be some sort of a boot or quarterback run of some kind.
He is fast. That's for sure. 6'2" freshman.
We got a couple 6'2" freshmen. How tall is your boy?
He's
not out there.
Yeah, he's about 6'4" now.
What?
Yeah.
Shut up. Sorry, I probably shouldn't say that. I'm on YouTube Live. He's not
6'3". 3.
No.
He's taller than me, and I'm 6'2".
No, you're not 6'2".
With my Sunday heels on.
Harris gets the carry again on a quarterback keeper. He picks up about 6 yards. He's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. Are you really 6'2"?
I am.
All right.
I mean, that's what my driver's license says.
All right.
It also says I'm about 30 pounds lighter.
My driver's license says I'm 180. Lord knows I passed 180 a long time ago. I haven't hit that this millennium. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 4, maybe 5. But your boy plays ball, though, right? He'll play basketball.
He'll play basketball.
He'll play basketball. And does he golf?
Golf.
And he'll do baseball.
Baseball, yeah.
And then just the one is in the band, right? Brody he's not in the band. It's just Jenna's in the
just
band.
Jenna, yeah. In the high school band,
sure,
correct. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
There is a
Blake
flag.
and Bowen are.
They're too young to be doing that stuff yet.
Yeah, they're in the sixth grade band.
So there is a flag on the play. It was a delay of game, so it'll set them back 5 yards. So it'll be a 2nd down and 9 here with 1:37 to go in the ball game.
How was the middle school volleyball today?
Not great.
Oh, okay.
At least the 8th grade.
Okay.
I think the 7th grade won.
All right. Well, that's good.
I think the 7th grade did a good job.
Good.
They I think Red Oak 7th grade struggled a little bit, and our 8th grade struggled a little bit today.
Gotcha.
So we'll see what happens. They got a triangular coming up as Harris throws a deep ball, and that's caught on the far side by number 88, who shall remain nameless, and he goes in for a touchdown. That was a beautiful ball, and again, it's cover 1, man-to-man, deep route. Easy pitch and catch right there.
Yeah, just got past the corner over there on the far side, and 88 can run. He's got good hands, and Harris dropped it right in there for him in stride, and he was able to take it all the way to the house.
So speaking of, like you said, your boy's, you say he's 6'4". I don't know about that. But if he's 6'4", but there's a whole slew of other freshmen, younger guy, even 8th graders that are in that 6' plus category right now here too, not just in Clarinda. They got some big kids too. We got some size as well coming up. Just the young kids. And Bruce gets the handoff, and he will take it in for 2. Coach, finish your thought.
Yeah, Clarinda's freshman group of boys is super athletic. The last couple of years of 7th and 8th grade football, those games have been super competitive, one possession type of games, and basketball-wise, you go out there and their guys some of them looked like they were sophomores and juniors last year in 8th grade basketball. But again, just competitiveness of kids, and our kids could compete with them. So hopefully as we continue on through the sports season, you'll probably see some of those Clarinda freshmen in other sports as well. They're pretty athletic.
How many, just kind of off the top of your head, guess? How many boys you suppose are going to be going out for basketball this year? Would you say it's going to be upwards of 30?
I would guess that right around that. Yeah, it's been about that the last couple of years, 30 to 35 kids. I would guess it would be about that same amount.
And then on the flip side, girls-wise, that's been the last few years a lot lower number. Maybe not as much quantity, maybe a little more on the quality as far as the experience factor this year.
Yeah.
But at least varsity experience anyways. But do you think that number is going to hit 20? Or is it going to still stay in the teens, you think?
I would say
last year was in the teens.
Yeah, I would say it's probably going to be about in that same number. Not too many. There's not too many freshman girls out for basketball, so I would guess, three or four maybe freshman girls out for basketball. So that number won't change very much this year.
But really, last year, we lost just 2? Is that correct? As Dickerson, another good return. I think they may have found a returner for next year because he doesn't pitter patter around back there. He just
hits the hole hard.
Hits the hole and goes, and I mean, I think they might have found a kid that can return. As Shenandoah will take over at their own 43-yard line with 1:19 to go. What did we lose? Just Reese and no, we lost 4.
4 seniors.
Reese, Ava,
Brooklyn, and
I don't want to forget anybody. Allie. Yeah, Allie. Those are the 4. Those are the 4 that finished the season. So that's who we lost. And as Dickerson busts one, he's going to break away to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and out of bounds. Really good run by Dickerson, running with some anger and attitude right now. Got a good hole, and he didn't pitter-patter around there either. He just put his foot in the ground, and he got north and south.
Yeah, really nice run again. Good blocking up front. Again, I like it when he is able to get a couple hard steps before he gets to the hole, and then he's able to kind of explode, use his vision to get to where he wants to go.
Agreed. So you got to cover 0 here, so you got a lot of guys in the box, man-to-man. And the handoff is to Dickerson. Again, he gets met in the backfield, going sideways. It's kind of like you were talking, getting north and south, getting a few steps to get his speed up. He can barrel through you, but when he's going east and west, it's a lot harder for any running back. I mean, even you look in the NFL, Derrick Henry's just a beast. If he's going east and west, it's a lot easier to bring him down, but if he's coming right at you, he's a freight train.
Right, absolutely. Going forward, and Clarinda's just blitzing their ends on every play.
Twyman floats it into the end zone, nearly caught by McManus. He could have used an inch or 2 of that Brody Burdorf height, because that looked like it was just out of his reach. As we're going to get a timeout on the field for Shenandoah with 39 seconds to go. Shenandoah trying to come up with a touchdown play here, or a couple plays to get a touchdown. Coach, this will be our final football broadcast. Again, thanks to the guys at FDS, at Fuller for coming up with the idea. Hey, we lost a few games. It would be good for our sponsors. It'd be good for our kids. It'd be good for our fans. If we were willing to do it, I was willing to do it. You were willing to do it. The school was willing to do it. So put a bow, I guess, on the football season here with just 39 seconds left of our broadcast season.
Yeah, ultimately you lose four seniors, and you got a lot of experience for a lot of kids, and unfortunately the injury bug caught up to us in some key positions, and so it makes it a little rough. But those guys will be back next year, and hopefully we'll be able to build with what we have, and also a pretty strong 8th grade group coming in as 9th graders, and hopefully we won't have to use those kids as much as we've had to use this year's freshman class.
So real quick, the 4 seniors, you'll know them off the top of your head, and I won't. You want to rattle those guys off real quick? No? Maybe? I'll just look.
Yeah, Bo Gardner, Blake Harold. They're probably not on that list that you're looking at.
They're not on the list. As the shot is deep to Trey Foster. The wheel route to Foster, and it was in and out of his hands at the 2-yard line. I said give him the ball, Coach. I said get it out to him in space. I feel like Coach Flowers over there is listening to me.
Tyson Shaw and Ben Labrum are your other 2 seniors.
Tyson Shaw, Ben Labrum. Well, folks, thank you to those parents of those kids, the families of those kids, those kids themselves. Thank you guys. We do appreciate it. It's fun watching you guys play over the last couple of years that we were able to call the games. I've enjoyed it, but losing those 4, like you said, everybody kind of coming back and getting maybe a little influx of talent, whatever, you're freshmen, but that's beside the point, but just competition and numbers. And I think that's really the big thing. And if you're a parent listening at home, if you're a kid watching at home who's not playing this year, or maybe thought about it, or used to play and don't play anymore, we're a two-way school, guys. We should have, this is just me on my soapbox, 40 or 50 kids out for football. We have 200 boys in that high school. We got 30 out for football. There should be 40 or 50 kids.
And we definitely have 40 plus kids that are more than capable of playing the game of football, for sure.
That's just my soapbox.
Yep,
I'm off of it. So
nope.
I'm not affiliated with the school in any way. And if you don't want to play, that's fine. If it's not for you, it's not for you. And I'm not going to try to make you. As Twyman throws it to the other team as he went to Fort Dickerson on a wheel route. And Roop, he's going to go coast to coast, 98 yards. Nobody's going to get Roop, as he will hit his head on the goalpost, as that is a pick 6 and just an awful way to kind of end that drive. They're trying to come up with some different wrinkles to get some guys the ball in space. They ran a wheel route to the near side, just off the fingertips, came back with a wheel route to a different guy on the other side, and a much better defense that time by Roop as he gets the pick 6.
Yeah, and the ball maybe kind of stopped in the backfield, and it was kind of just a fluttering ball that didn't get to where it needed to go. And unfortunately, it turns into a pick 6 for Clarinda. Not the taste that you want to leave the field with tonight, but pretty good effort by the Mustangs. Ultimately, they played fairly good defense here in the second half, moved the ball at times. Some things that they can definitely build on.
And next week, Monday, is at Mount Air?
Mount Air.
And that's away.
At Mount Air, yeah.
We're not calling that. As Harris gets in for 2, so that very well may put a bow on top of the victory tonight for Clarinda. We got 15 seconds left. There still could be a little excitement, but I'm just trying to walk back my statement a little bit. I'm not singling any kid out or any family out or any whatever out, but numbers are good, right? If you think you might want to do it, if you think it sounds fun, if you used to play but you don't anymore, we need you. I mean, it's kind of that back during the draft, World War II, Uncle Sam, we want you type of deal. Like, the more bodies that you have in any sport, or in anything, band, choir, whatever, plays, it's helpful. You get more people in there, you get more competition, and the cream rises to the top, and it makes everybody better. But that's just me. Coach, your thoughts?
Yeah, it just helps everybody get better, and it all starts in practice. And if you have numbers, it's easier to practice because you can do more things, whether it be in drills or by position. You don't have so many people playing numerous positions or having to learn numerous positions. You get more depth.
Well, and something like this too, in a JV varsity situation, you had 40 or 50 kids, you pretty much have 2 completely different teams. You're not having to play kids Friday night and Monday, which that takes a toll on somebody. As Foster tries to get to the outside, and he is wrestled down at the 26. But, I mean, in a sport like football or wrestling, for that matter, that are collision sports, contact sports, basketball maybe not so much. It's a little more physical than it used to be. But baseball, softball, that's not really a collision sport. But this is a collision sport. You kind of need bodies. And you know what? I mean, 30, 40, 50 kids, I mean, that'd be great. I don't know how many Clarinda has or Red Oak has, but similar-sized schools, it'd be nice to get some of that. And I think we got numbers coming up, but there's kids out there that could be playing football that aren't. Sorry, I'm done. For 9 seconds to go, Dickerson gets the handoff, and he breaks it out to the 40. Busts another tackle. He's to midfield and down at the 47-yard line with 1 second left. And I believe they call. That'll be the final timeout. Yes, they did call a timeout with 1 second left. Coach, I told you I was done with my soapbox. I'm done. So
yeah, move on to finish up the volleyball season. And
yeah, and now do you know what the record is off the top of your head?
I don't. 13, 8, 14, 15, maybe like 15 and 10, 15, 11, something like that. I could
probably look. We got some time. There's a timeout on the field. So no timeouts left for Shenandoah. There's
15 and 11.
1 second left. 1 second left. Coach says 15 and 11.
That's what my bound says.
So that's an improvement from last year. And just lose one.
You're right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. Building something over there on the volleyball side of things. 1 second left. And Schweiman hands it off to Dickerson. Dickerson to the 35 and down at the 32-yard line. And, folks, that is your final. Coach, any final thoughts before we say goodnight for the final time here in the football season?
Yeah, again, just continue to build the program with what you have. And so, again, it's going to take some commitment from some guys to show up in the off season, especially next summer, to get this program back where it needs to be. And it surely can happen. We have the talent to do it. Unfortunately, some of that talent got hurt this year, but we have enough talent to be right there. And so just continue to build and do it again next year.
So for Coach Burdorf, I'm TJ Young signing off. Thank you, everybody, for the football season, and we'll see you on Thursday night at Rex Roth Court for some Philly volleyball. Good night, everybody.